Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is Grandmaster Hawk. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. The video that you are about to watch is regarding Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's longevity. So what this video is going to be about is concerning everything that I believe the game requires in order to survive, thrive, and be the game that everyone can enjoy for the next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even 10 years potentially. So as I go along editing this video, we will find out whether or not this will be split up. It probably will, because I will be covering a lot of things from gameplay to content. If it does end up being that way, then I will be splitting this video into gameplay and the other video will be offline content as a whole. I am completely open to discussions as well, so please, if you want to, please do leave a comment in the video in the section below. Let me know your thoughts on everything that I present here. If you'd like to be part of the discussion, there's a Discord link in the description. And without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing we're going to address here is something I'm sure a lot of people dislike. It's the camera in Sparking Zero. The reason why this is a problem is, one, because it constantly keeps the opponent in focus, and two, alignment and tracking issues. As you can see, when you're below the opponent and you punch, you completely go off axis and the tracking is terrible. And keeping the opponent constantly in focus is not something that needs to happen. It seems like it's the Xenoverse 2 camera, or the Xenoverse 1 and 2 camera, where the opponent is mostly in focus for the most part. But the problem there is that in Sparking Zero, of course, you're completely off axis, whereas in Xenoverse you are on axis. So no matter how you're facing the opponent, you will literally turn or be positioned in a certain way that you can attack your opponent properly. If we had Xenoverse's system, this would not be a problem. What we need is Tenkaichi trilogies or even the Raging Blast camera, and I will show that to you here with a brief explanation. This is just a random clip I put together for the purpose of this project, so right now you can see that I'm aligned with Cell. If I descend, he's no longer in view. And if I hold forward and then press X, I go right to him. And if I press square from here, I'm not going off axis. I'm gradually getting back towards him. If I ascend, he's out of view. If I hold forward and press X, I dash towards him. If I press square, I'm gradually getting back towards him by pressing square. This is the kind of system that we need to have back. And here's a little something extra for you guys. If I don't hold a direction and I just press X, I dash right below him. Like, why is dash lock removed in Sparking Zero? I don't know why, but let's move on to the next thing. During the time that I'm still editing this, the patch notes actually dropped. I'm not gonna go through this a second time because I already typed in the word recovery, and I was looking for something that specifically points out recovery time being reduced from some specific situation, but in any case, if it's not here and it's not what I'm thinking of, I'm still going to include this anyway. So this next clip, I'm going to show you two different things here actually, and I'll play this clip a couple of times in slow motion. So what you're seeing is Ajak doing a dragon homing on me into an up dragon smash, and I'm blocking low. Two different things are happening here. One is the fact, of course, that you cannot recover faster than the game allows you to when being smashed away, and the second is this. The Dragon Smash is unblockable. I don't know why they did this, but every Dragon Smash in the game, even if you do recover, is unblockable on neutral, up, down, left, and right, and this is something that they need to fix in Sparking Zero, because in Tenkaichi, here you can see I'm going to be getting smashed away, and then I'm using X to recover. In this clip, I'm using all 4 command buttons to recover from a Dragon Smash. This is what needs to be implemented back into Sparking Zero, the ability to recover faster from being smashed away or in any circumstance. Like, for example, here's me getting smashed away and blocking the Dragon Smash, and it still contributes to the skill count gauge, or blast stocks. You can take a look in the top left-hand corner. And now we have recovery from an uncharged heavy finish, a fully charged heavy finish, and a ground slash. Just take a look at the difference. Since I just covered recovery after a Dragon Smash and after 2 rushing techniques, we're now going to cover wall recovery and guard crushes. Here I'm going to show you the opponent hitting the ceiling and then recovering off of the ceiling. I really don't know why they decided to do this, but hopefully at some point they change this. I'll play this clip one more time for you in slow motion, and then show you the stupidest part about this whole thing. You guys are probably familiar with a mechanic in the game called Collapse, which is otherwise called Guard Crush in the previous games. This is me doing a collapse on Glorio, and then I smash him towards the wall, and that happens. Why does he recover against the wall? I do Grand Slash. He recovers from Grand Slash just to go back into Collapse. Why? Please, make it make sense, because here, this is what it should be. This is how it looks in Tenkaichi 3. Now that we have recovery options and guard crush and collapse out of the way, we're going to move on to another mechanic, the Z-Burst Dash. Most of you know the Z-Burst Dash. It's this, you Dragon Dash and then you Dragon Dash again. However, in Tenkaichi 3, and this is a big difference between Sparking Zero and Tenkaichi 3 specifically, if you're Dragon Dashing around, you can do a Dragon Homing and then Z-Burst Dash again, right? Like, you could do this anytime you want. Dragon Dash like this, cancel it, do this again. And then if you want, of course, like, manipulate your dash like this. And do the Z-Burst Dash attack again. Or not attack, but Z-Burst Dash. However, in Sparking Zero, for whatever reason, in Sparking Zero, when you try and do a Dragon Dash in any direction, whether it's left, right, or backwards, if you do right, and then Dragon Home, and you do Z-Burst Dash. If you do Dragon Dash backwards and enter it again, you do Z-Burst Dash. If you do it left and do it again, you do Z-Burst Dash. Why? The reason why I'm even bringing this up at all is because in Tenkaichi 3, if the game can allow you to do a Dragon Homing and then cancel your Dragon Homing at any time, instead of doing a Z-Burst Dash right from the get-go, it gives the player the opportunity to perform feints, to perform fake-outs, stuff like that. Why remove that from Sparking Zero? Why remove or stop the player from being able to do things like that? If we had proper movement options, it would be assisted much better as well. Hopefully that changes at some point, but hopefully they bring back the ability to do just a regular Dragon Homing and then a Z-Burst Dash. Okay, so now we're going to touch on something different, a little different here. What we're going to be doing is a comparison with Sparking Zero and Dragon Ball Raging Blast 1 and 2, but mainly Raging Blast 2 because I don't have Raging Blast 1 on me right now. We're going to be doing a comparison with the transformation and switching panel. Where is Vegeta's second form? Let me start the battle. So you guys know how the transformation and switching panel works in this game. I've got Majin Vegeta set to max power mode for a specific reason. Let me actually put this back down to normal because I'm going to be doing this in the next clip. I'll do a retry. So if you guys know how the switching and transformation panel works, you hit L3 or whatever your buttons are. I guess not that one, hold on. I have to hit R3 for that, I sometimes keep forgetting. So you see how the panels go between, like, you can do L1 or whatever it is on standard for going to this fusion panel, or you can go over here for Vegito. There are two issues here. So the first issue is, why are Gogeta and Vegito separate? Because in Raging Blast 1 and 2, when you have the switching and transformation and fusions panels, Vegito and Gogeta are on the exact same panel. Like, why do we have 3 panels? Just give the one fusion panel all 3 fusions. It's not that hard. Like, why not just do it that way? And I'll show you guys again what I mean when I bring up the comparison clip, because right now we're going to touch on something else here. This is just one part. The second part is this, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way about it that I do, but as a Raging Blast veteran as well, this is something I'm not 100% comfortable with. So here I'm going to transform to Super Saiyan. Now here's where the issue comes in. Once my transformation stock comes, there we go. Why is it that it's showing Super Saiyan 2 next on left, and then Super Saiyan 3 on up, and then base on right? So the reason why I'm even bringing this up in the first place is because in Raging Blast 1 and 2, needless to say, they do have a quick transform feature or mechanic, but whenever you go Super Saiyan with any of your characters that have more than one transformation, so in this case just Gohan, Goku, or Vegeta, if you go Super Saiyan, you get base form on left, and then you get Super Saiyan 2 on up. So just to reconfirm that I'm not crazy, I will load up Raging Blast 2 in a minute to record the clip here, because I'm kind of doing this along the editing process, because I needed to re-record this. But let me know how you guys feel about that, because base form being over here on the right side, and then of course, when you're in base form everything is perfectly fine. But if I want to go like Super Saiyan 2, that means base form is going to be, again, actually it should be on the top now technically, right? Yes, base form is on the top and Super Saiyan 3 is on the right, as on the left. Again, let me know what you guys think about this, but I feel like Raging Blast did this panel system much better than Sparking Zero did. Needless to say that, like, when you have the panels designed the way they are over here, it's also kind of like a real-time switching function, and it doesn't operate that well. What I mean by that is, you see how these move in real time, right? And it doesn't feel fast enough. What if I want to, like, land a heavy finish and then go straight into a fusion or something, right? So let's test that really quick. What's my default panel that shows up? It's the transformation panel, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's a transformation panel. So if I want to go straight into Gogeta or Vegito, I have to hit R3, immediately hit L1 or R1 for whatever fusion I want, and then go for the fusion after hitting right. So let's give that a shot really quick. That's as fast as I can do it. Now, if I show this to you in Raging Blast, this is going to be a lot faster, but the reason why this is an important thing is because in Tenkaichi, fusion or transformation and switching and fusion combos are a thing. I will try and show you an example of that, but this system I'm not too keen on. So let's move to Raging Blast really quick. Alright, so here we are in Raging Blast 2. I can confirm now that I do not have Raging Blast 1 on my PC currently, but thankfully we don't need it, so we're going to be proceeding with Raging Blast 2. I'm using Hachiyak as the dummy because I feel like this is a character that can be and should technically be in Sparking Zero at some point, but with the way copy and pasting characters is going, hopefully that kind of doesn't happen. I don't know, I'm conflicted right now. Anyway, so what I'm going to show you really quick is how fast you can bring up the transformation panel, the switch panel, and the fusion panel. So this is transforming. If I hit left, it gives me my switching. And if I hit left again, it gives me fusion. Now, if I reset this one more time, I'll just show you guys really quick which one comes up by default. It's the switching panel, right? So if I wanted to hit switch and then I wanted to go to my transformation panel, I would hit right, and I would get my transformation panel. So what I'm going to show you guys really quick is once I do a heavy finish, which is basically, in quotation marks, gut punch, or smash attack 4 as it's called in this game, I am going to instantly transform to Super Saiyan 3, or Super Saiyan 2 or 3, and I'm going to show you really quick how fast that is, because, like, look at this. Just tapping R2 like this instantly gives it to me, right? Now watch how fast I can do this. You see how fast that is? We're not going to sit through that, by the way. You see how much faster that is compared to the system that we currently have, right? Now watch this. That's how fast you can transform to Super Saiyan 2 if you wanted to. And if I didn't mention it a moment ago, whenever you do a hard transformation or a tag-in, etc., or hard transformation or a hard tag-in in general, the combo resets. So that's why that happened. I forgot to warn you about that. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm kind of just doing this along the process. But this is how much faster it is, right? Now, of course, if I wanted to go back to base, I have the quick transformation in this game. So I'll just do Smash Attack 4. Yes, Father, what is it? Alright, apologies for the interruption. So you guys see how much faster this system is, right? It might not have, like, a tag-in combo system, like if you do a perfect smash and then you try and go for a switch, you can actually get a combo chase off or whatever. This game doesn't have that, but I feel like Sparking Zero should give us the option to have those, but I'll get into that in the next clip if I didn't already. In this game, like, the switching and everything is so much more polished. It feels so much faster. In Sparking Zero, you have to, like, press R3 or L3, R3, and then bring up the system, and then wait for these panels to change, and then do your directed button input, whatever. Like, why do we have to go through all of that? You know what I mean? If it's this instantaneous, right? If I can just do this... Hold on. If I can do it that fast in this game... Bandai, if you're watching this, please give us back this system specifically for Sparking Zero. You don't have to give us back the quick transformation system like this, but at least just give us the option to get into the transformation and tag out panel faster like this, and move seamlessly between them this way. It's so much easier to do it like this. Please. Okay, so now that we're done with those segments, I can actually finally show you guys some team combos from Raging Blast 2 and Tenkaichi 3, although I should say a couple, because we're actually going to do one combo from Raging Blast 2 and one from Tenkaichi 3. The reason why we're starting off with Raging Blast 2 is because the panel system in Sparking Zero is akin to Raging Blast. And as you can see here, these are the panels here. You might also remember from the previous clip that I just showed you that if you have a character with transformations that can go back and forth, Raging Blast 1 and 2 have a system where if you're base Goku or base Vegeta and you transform to Super Saiyan 1 or 2, you can revert to base form. It's a quick transformation system, and that's applicable to the team switching as well. As you can see, I have Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing a Dragon Smash, but I guess I'll just reiterate the combo, why I'm doing this here in the first place. In Sparking Zero, the team combo that you have is based on whether or not you do a Smash Attack 4, aka Heavy Finish, or Gut Punch, as some people like to call it, and then you tag out your character and they come in, and in Sparking Zero you end up doing the down smash automatically, which barely works to combo into with properly, so I don't know why we have that in the first place. I personally feel like that's completely useless, unless it's used as a finisher. And then the other one, of course, is where you do a full power smash, or a charge attack snap, as this game likes to call it, aka a perfect smash, and then you do not actually follow it up with anything, but rather you tag out your character and then you do a vanishing attack to get the combo to come out. So in this game, again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full power smash, and then I'm going to hit X, and then I'm going to hit R1 to stop my combo, or stop my dragon homing, and then I'm going to bring in Goku and then do Super Kamehameha. Alright, and now here we are on Tenkaichi 3. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking that process on Raging Blast 2 looked mad intricate, very complicated. It probably is, because team combos are honestly not that easy to execute on Raging Blast, but my whole point with that segment was that I feel like that system is still much more accessible and seamless than hitting L3 and R3 and then switching panels, waiting for the panels to actually move in real time, and then hitting left, right, up, or down on your right stick in order to get the switch. Like, that whole process doesn't seem like a very good way to do things. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did on Raging Blast 2. The only difference is I'm going to do a fully charged smash, and then I'm going to cancel my dragon homing just by tapping X, and then I'm going to hit L3, R3, switch to Perfect Cell, and use Barrage Death Beam. And you will see two different things here. You're also going to see that Barrage Death Beam, like many other Barrage type moves in Sparking Zero, got nerfed to hell and back, because Barrage Death Beam in this game is actually a very valuable asset, whereas in Sparking Zero it is absolute garbage. So those are team combos. Let me know in the comments below which one you guys think you'd prefer. But Bandai, if you're watching this, please either bring back this system or give us back the Raging Blast system. Just give us the option to have Sparking Zero system while being able to combo properly into that down smash tackle that happens once the character is tagged in. Give us the option to do a vanishing attack once you do the tag out. Give us the option to maybe do quick transformations, or give us the Tenkaichi 3 system where you can literally just do stuff like this and then charge towards your opponent again like that if they want to. You guys get the point. I'm just trying to show you what we had and what we no longer have. Alright, the next most relevant thing that we're going to talk about, because I think I'm kind of nearing the end here looking at my notes, and god damn, I forgot how beautiful Namek is. The next thing we're going to be talking about is Sparking Mode Super Armor. So all of you that have been playing the game, even if you haven't been playing the game, you know that majority of characters have had Super Armor in Sparking Mode, right? Now, here's a little something interesting that you guys should know, is that in Tenkaichi 3, Sparking Mode works very differently. Super Saiyan 3 and above tier characters, or Great Ape tier as the community used to call them, were able to stagger any character that was either in Sparking Mode or was a Great Ape character or fusion or whatever. So I want you guys to take a look at something. I'm actually going to revert really quick because I forgot that I don't need Super Saiyan 3 Goku off the get-go. I actually need Super Saiyan 2. So let me just transform again really quick and we can take a look at how beautiful these transformations are. The reason I'm using Super Saiyan 2 Goku for this first example is because in Tenkaichi 3, you're going to see in a minute, but see here how my first punch does not stagger Majin Vegeta. My second punch doesn't stagger him. My third punch doesn't stagger him. My fourth punch doesn't stagger him. But only my fifth punch, the Rush Ender for your first Rush string, actually staggers Majin Vegeta while in sparking mode. This is a big problem. The reason why it's a big problem, let's get Majin Vegeta away from here really quick, or just break that rock. The only way that you can actually get through the armor is if you do a body strike, and then you start punching again, or you do a rushing technique, or a rush chain, which is this, and then you actually start being able to stun the opponent. Now, typically, if you go Super Saiyan 3, you're supposed to be able to stagger them, right? You would think so, because Super Saiyan 3 is stronger. Nope. Still nope. Still nope. And yeah, I don't know why this is a thing. You still need to do a charged smash in order to get through this, but here's the most inconsistent thing. Super Saiyan 4 doesn't stagger him either, but you can see something very inconsistent here. Let me reset this really quick. First punch doesn't stagger, second doesn't stagger, third doesn't stagger, but fourth punch does stagger. Why? Then we switch to Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. First punch doesn't stagger, second doesn't stagger, third doesn't stagger, fourth does stagger, and then we switch to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who's also supposed to be one of the strongest characters in the game. No stagger. No stagger. And only once I get to, like, the third or fourth punch, I'm pretty sure, hold on, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and that's number 4. Why does it have to be this complicated? Like, ever since they implemented the new patch, they've made it so that 7 DP characters and above have auto key deflect, but that's also very inconsistent. We're probably going to try and cover a lot for this section, so let's move to Tenkaichi 3 really quick. Here on Tenkaichi 3, super armor works very differently when characters are in sparking mode. Majin Vegeta and Super Vegeta specifically do actually have some super armor when in sparking mode, and it is unrelated actually to their sparking mode blast 1s, which means Majin's Awakening and I Am Super Vegeta, which get them into sparking mode in the first place. Here you can see that on Goku's third punch input, Super Saiyan 2 Goku is actually able to stagger Majin Vegeta. That's how it technically should be. Don't ask me why that works, it's just the way the game is. But you can see here the moment we go Super Saiyan 3, staggering Majin Vegeta like it's nothing. I don't know why we got the system that we did, but this is the system that needs to return, and here are a couple of other examples. For the sake of convenience, to elaborate more on this section and to finalize it, I figured I would make a window in OBS where I have my DMs showing a list of all the characters that actually have Ki Blast armor while in sparking mode, Ki Deflect while in sparking mode, or armor in general while in sparking mode, and having Dolphin on the side to show you guys whether or not that corresponds with what the recent patch for Sparking Zero has done. So a little special thanks to Ajax713 again for helping me with this, because doing this on my own would have been much easier said than done and much more time consuming. But so some things that you find here will make sense to you, some of them might not. For example, Super Vegeta and Majin Vegeta, of course, do have regular armor while in sparking mode. And then there's characters like, and you won't actually see him on this list because I already know from memory from how many times I've used him, Omega Shenron has auto key deflect. Some very amusing characters that you'll probably see on this list, I can see one of them from here, 3 of them from here actually. Pikkon, Tapion, and Hirudegarn. All 3 of them, for some reason, have auto key deflect while in sparking mode. That's cool. I don't know why Tapion does. I think I can understand why Pikkon would, Hirudegarn, I'm not too sure. And then, of course, everyone's favorite low tier, Turles, at DP5, has auto key deflect while in sparking mode. Some of these things will make sense, some of them will not. I really don't know why. Bobbity, for example, he's a DP4 and he has auto key deflect. The reason why I believe that he does is because he's a wizard and most of the stuff that he uses is based on energy moves that are used to protect him and protect whoever else that he's trying to, you know, keep out of harm's way. Probably like, I don't know, Majin Buu, Demon King Dabra, whatever the hell. But some of these other characters don't make sense and can be inconsistent. For example, Bootenks is a DP8 character. He has auto key deflect, but Buhan does not. Don't ask me why, it's just the way that it is. So, some of the characters in Tenkaichi 2 and 3 having super armor and sparking mode, just temporary super armor and sparking mode, auto key deflect in sparking mode, or even having both, and just invulnerability to key blast, because Bardock, where is he? Bardock, being DP5, has key blast armor. And you can see that in the list, in the top section. We don't know why he has that, but for him it's actually kind of a good tool because he has Saiyan Soul as well, and Saiyan Soul also kind of gives you armor as well as peak momentum, so I don't know how any of this correlates to the changes in Sparking Zero, but I just figured I would elaborate more on this section for you guys, just so you have an idea of how it worked in Tenkaichi 3 and how it very inconsistently functions in Sparking Zero. So please feel free to let me know in the comments section how you guys feel about this. I want to see as many discussions in the comments section as possible. After that, we're going to cover something silly. If you guys didn't know, you can't vanish a super explosive wave while Z-burst dashing, as seen here. Here's the clip again, really quick in slow motion, just to show you. I really don't know why they did this, but this needs to be brought back. You'll see how it is in Tenkaichi 3 right here.
Okay.
After some careful consideration, the final two things that I'm going to include, and this one is one that actually irks me a little bit. I'm not sure how deep I'm going to get into this, but we'll see here in a second. You guys all know Super Saiyan 4 Goku very well for his I'll beat you in 5 seconds, or as it's known in this game, all I need is 5 seconds. But here's the issue with those moves in this game. And you can see it from my controller pad on the bottom, how I'm moving and how I'm attacking, so take a look at this really quick. Once I use it, I have to wait for that whole animation to finish before I can actually move and attack, and here's the worst part. The stats are already activated even before I return to neutral so that I can actually make use of it. I'm going to give you an example from Tenkaichi 3 as well, and then I'm going to play these frame by frame so you have an idea of how much time that you guys are actually losing with this, because this is not the only move in the game that has this issue. High Tension with Super Vegito and other characters, sorry, not High Tension, Finish Sign, but High Tension as well is another move that has it, I believe. Finish Sign and High Tension, these also suffer from this pause. Like, why do we have this pause on the move once we use it and it activates before you can even start moving or attacking again? This is something that needs to be fixed so that way everyone can get the most out of their character. And now I'm going to show you guys the difference with Tenkaichi 3. I'm not even going to slow this down, I'm just going to show you how fast it is and when the stats actually appear, and then after that I'll play the clip again in slow motion. You can play it yourself so you can see when the stat boosts actually come into activation. You guys get the idea now, so here's high tension and then finish sinus comparisons to show you when you regain control of the character again and when the stat boosts are activated. Finally, the final feature that we're going to be talking about is unique grabs. When I say unique grabs, we're going to be talking about two different things here. We're going to be talking about the actual grab animation itself, and then the actual grab that plays out. I was actually planning on omitting this whole thing from the project, but I figured I would keep it in given how many generic grabs there are. Since I was using Super Janamba in the first clip, we're going to cover his grab first. As you can see in this game, he extends his arm outward in order to grab the opponent, and you can do this over 1 or 1.5 backstep distances. I believe it's just 1 backstep distance. But this grab animation is actually shared across several other characters in the game. Only Full Power 100% Frieza, Final Form Frieza, Base Cooler, and Final Form Cooler. It's even shared across a couple of characters, I believe, in the Raging Blast games, but in Raging Blast 2, Super Janamba has his own grab. In Sparking Zero, however, too many characters have generic grab animations and generic cinematic grabs, and that's the reason why we're covering this. When a character has their own unique grab and a unique cinematic for their grab, it adds so much more charm to that character and the game as a whole. So seeing all of these generic grabs and generic cinematics is quite disheartening, but I'm very happy and grateful that a lot of characters do have their own unique ones, like the Ginyu Force, for example, with the exception of Jace and Captain Ginyu, but here are the rest of the comparisons. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys with every single grab in the game, so we're going to be finalizing this with Garlic Jr.'s grab, which is one of my absolute favorite grabs in the entire game, and then Baby Vegeta's grab. You can see in Sparking Zero, Baby Vegeta has a generic grab. Here's his grab in Tenkaichi 3, one of my absolute favorites in the entire game. So that about covers everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this video was regarding all of the gameplay features and mechanics that I believe Sparking Zero requires in order to survive and thrive and be the game everyone can enjoy for the next several years. Apparently the game is going to be getting sequels because Jun Furutani did say in an interview that the game was made with sequels in mind, so I guess we'll see what happens. But for now, this is what we have. I wanted to try to make the most of it. So let me know what you guys think. Completely open to discussions in the comments. I will be trying to answer any and all questions regarding the video within reason. And please do try to keep the comments civil. I'd rather not people argue, but I guess it can't be helped. I will be making a part 2 to this video. It'll be regarding offline content and quality of life things. So if you're interested, I guess maybe hit the thumbs up button and also hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for the next one. I will catch you guys whenever. Take care and have a wonderful day. Cheers.